Oh, hi there, my lovely construction aficionados. Welcome back to Contractors Diary. I'm your host, Eugene. Let's clock in and get back to the grind. Vamonos. Hey guys, welcome back to the job site. Let's take a look at what have changed since the last time we've been here. A lot has been finally graded. We have gravel spread out, ready for forms to be put in and concrete to be poured, but not yet. I'm waiting for PG&E to connect me so I can do that final step. All this has been smoothed out. I have a little bit of gravel left for if we need some. We are still missing a little bit gravel at the porch and on this side of the house. As you can see, this has been compacted, but with the plate compactor we have the chalk line snapped for the finished grade slope and all that. One part of the walkway is going to be sloping that way towards the street, so all the water will be flowing to the street, not neighbors, and then the other part will be flowing towards the back of the property. The gutters will be connected with a 4-inch corrugated pipe, solid, so nothing's going to be, draining out. The back also has gravel. I'm kind of running into an issue here because this is where the AC is going to be, but it's going to be to the right, so that unit is going to be in the way of the walkway. So we'll have to figure something out, maybe push it more to the left or terminate the walkway here. I don't know, because I was planning on having the fence go like this and then like that, so that might be an issue. Kind of a lesson to myself, and lesson that I'm willing to share. Mistake that I've made on this lot is I rushed. Before I do any kind of grading, I have my survey come out and put corners of the lot marked with big T-posts or big stakes, so it's visible and clearly visible to whoever is grading the lot. On this one, he got delayed with other projects, and I couldn't wait longer, so I decided to just do it based on what I remember where the corners were, and I made a mistake. So it's a irregular shaped lot. I'll post a picture, like a site plan or plot plan, right here. So from the road it goes down and then jogs inside, and then there's a diagonal that goes, or like a 45 that goes right over there. Hopefully you guys can see. Anyway, I missed these two corners and I moved the house away from this property line, and then by rushing I missed these two corners. I had one and I assumed that was the property line, so I did a 5 feet setback from this corner, not that. And then that moved the house more to the right, and that created that whole scenario with the house being on the edge and me bringing tons of dirt to kind of mitigate the edge. Well, lesson learned, don't rush. As in my home country we have a saying, you only need to rush when you're catching fleas. So that created this kind of monstrosity which still needs to be compacted, but yeah, don't rush, guys. So the other issue that we have to fix is the panel. Originally I was planning on using the underground panel, meaning it will be connected underground like that. I left the pipe for the utility company to come in, bring their wire through underground and connect the panel this way, but I couldn't find the right panel, so I had to use what I had in stock, which was a surface mount panel. It's a little bit different because you have to connect it with a pipe like that. It's gonna go inside with a bushing, coupling, all that stuff, but it's going to be hanging like that, and then they come in and they, you know, glue a 90 degree and connect me. But they don't like overpour, so I had a little bit of overpour, which they wouldn't care for if it was underground, but now since the pipe is here, they cut this all out. That was it, just a quick fix. Now we have to assemble the pipe, strap it to the wall. I always put a trim around, you know, panels. This one, it was too big, so I had to notch it. But whenever you guys cut wood, you have to prime it or paint it, otherwise it's gonna rot. You see all my ends have been primed, so we're gonna prime this puppy, do the connection, and on to the next issue. This used to be just 5 feet away from the house, but I've extended it to about 12 feet just to give tenants a bigger backyard. So all this has been brought in from the front, which took a lot of trips on the Bobcat. But my plumber did not connect sewer to the septic. So it was a brand new construction, a brand new build, and a brand new septic. So everything was exposed. It was a 5-minute thing of connecting the sewer to the septic, but he did not. And then I kind of forgot, and I thought maybe I'll just do it later. I'll have the excavator, no problem, a couple digs. But to be able to dig straight, I would have to be here, and then even so, you wouldn't be able to dig straight. It's going to be at an angle. So the other way to dig it is to place the excavator there, but I will be on top of the septic, which is a big no-no. I might be able to come around, stand here, and then dig from there. I think the pipe ends about this way. But connect your sewer to your septic right away. Do not wait. It's a big mistake. It's a huge mistake. Now it's costing me time and, I don't know, hopefully not money. Hopefully I don't, you know, break the septic. But yeah, it's mistakes. I mean, I guess everyone makes mistakes. I'm probably gonna get a bunch of hate from people, but I'm willing to admit that mistakes happen, and then we just learn from them on the next build, right? But anyways, I'm gonna jump on the excavator. I have to dig a trench for my plumber to connect the mains. Let's get going with some digging. First we have to move the Bobcat out of the way. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The one issue I have with Bobcat, and that's why I'm looking for a Takeuchi or Kubota, is the door opens like that. So if you have your bucket up, you can't get out because you're blocked. In Takeuchi or Kubota, door opens up this way. Even though safety dictates that you're not supposed to be exiting if you have the bucket up, sometimes you need to throw a rock in here, or you know, you do need to. So it kind of sucks because with a door like that, you need a second person to do that, which, you know, sometimes I work by myself and I don't have the luxury of having somebody else, you know, to help. But I believe Kubotas and definitely Takeuchis have that option. So we have to switch a bucket. That's too big of a bucket. I like to use the leg controls to move the excavator. Keep your hands free. So you have to take this pin out. Actually found this while doing a grading on one of the lots. It's an ancient tool from another civilization. Gotta lift the bucket a little bit. What? Well, number 3. Okay. You good? Didn't take me that long. All right. We need 18 inches deep trench for water, and then you cover it back up with some gravel, some sand. Okay, let's check if it's 18 inches or more or less. Yeah, it's about 17. Should be fine just following this grade. Might dig a little bit more over here. Go. I'll keep the dirt here, and then I'll bring some gravel here because all the machinery is going to be gone to a different job site, and I don't want to just, you know, bring the Bobcat just to bring some gravel. So I'll bring the gravel, leave it here, and then once they're done with their trench, I'll cover it up, and that way it's not too much digging, too much moving of the gravel. So the other thing, the trench doesn't have to be 100% perfectly straight, because the pipe, you can bend it a little bit here and there. All right guys, now we're trying to connect 2 trenches together. I kind of nicked the pipe, so it started leaking, so I had to shut the water off. No biggie. I found this big boulder, or well, big rock, and right here we have another trench. So we're trying to connect them together, and then I'm gonna bring the excavator to the other side to dig out the sewer. Okay, we have about 20 inches. So that's perfect. No way. I got both trenches met up pretty nicely. I was off maybe by, oh, nothing. That was a big rock. That's why there's a big hole right here. But way to go, Eugene. Okay, so the trench is dug out. That's gonna be my first time trying to attempt to cross the trench, which I've seen how it's done, but seeing it and doing it is kind of different. We'll have to experiment. So you get to the edge and you go on the lip like this, and then you start going forward. And then you let go, turn around. Push yourself up and start going forward again. Perfect. Kind of messes up the whole trench, but we have crossed. I'll probably just keep the arrow there, kind of protect myself just in case the machine falls. All right, we can turn back around and continue on our journey. Перекинь, пожалуйста. So I'll have to take a look at the pictures my plumber sent me and then determine which way I'm gonna position myself to dig this out. Let's take a look. I think he sent me something. So that's the picture he sent me. So the pipe is coming out in the middle of riser, and I think it should be somewhere around here. So I might be able to just hand dig it. So it's somewhere over here. All right, well, hopefully it's not a lot of digging. But yeah, good thing to do is connect it right away when there is absolutely no digging required. Let's take a look at the trench and the pipe. So we connected it all good. Coupler, well, he closed it already, but let's take a look. Let's open this up. So the big flaw of this knife, love it, because it has a section where you can put a bit, and I had it, but this suppression ball or whatever you call it fell out, so now I don't have a screwdriver, so I have to use the blade, which sucks. So we have the connector, bushing, cover, everything is ready. Two straps, although they only require one. They need 6 inches below grade. We have plenty, and we spray painted it just to make sure that the wood won't rot. All right, perfect. And the trench looks sexy. Need to clean it up. I couldn't go any further. I didn't want to get too close to the house. This can be all dug by hand, and it's all perfect size, perfect depth. So I'm gonna bring some gravel over here, and then we're gonna be off to the next house. Yeah, we decided to just go ahead and use the excavator because it's super solid dirt. and I have a small bucket, so it's not going to be too much damage. So we dug the hole and we found the pipe, scraped it, but that's fine. The plumber can just replace it. Oh wow, that's a deep hole. Whew. Pretty deep. I'm just gonna dig it more this way and find the other pipe. Oh, we have some water. Let's take a look. Oh, there you are. Found it. It's a good sign. Pop the pipe, so it's there. That's all the water in the pipes coming out. I'll let the water drain. Okay, that's a wrap over here. I'm gonna bring the excavator or just leave it here. Depends on when my guy's coming. I'm gonna see if he can come tomorrow and finish this up so I don't have to wait. All right guys, this is it for today. Thanks for grinding with us. Eugene clocks out.